Is this the ultimate charger slash power station setup? Well, we're gonna find out in this video. Now, full disclosure, I've been wanting one of these things for a long time. AllPowers reached out to me and they asked me to do a review on this unit and also do a video, of course, and also see how it relates to our RC industry, RC hobby, and traveling around. And I'm really excited to share with you guys how I plan on using this thing. So this is a cool unit. It's the R1500 unit. This video is not going to be a deep dive in how to use this unit. It is going to be a video on how this is used in my day-to-day RC flying. All right, so how do we do things now? Well, when I go to the field, my normal flying field is 2 hours away. So I load up my trailer, hook my truck up to the trailer, I go to the field and back up to the flight line or our parking spots, pull out my generator, which is a Honda 2200, you know, the standard normal Honda that everybody has, plug my trailer in, charge my batteries, put my plane together, wait for my batteries to finish charging, and that's the normal process. This thing is going to help us to eliminate some of those steps, streamline some of those steps, and I'm really excited for this. So this iMARS charger, Gens Ace charger, is the charger that we generally use most often. Now I've got 2 of these units, one of the older ones. This is the new one with the G-Tech technology, so you plug your G-Tech batteries in and it automatically knows what's going on. So this is the charger that I normally use. Now at max pull, that charger pulls 300 watts is what it says. So if we're charging some big batteries, it's going to be pulling 300 watts. Now, most of the vehicles out there with the built-in inverters, there's a limit on that. So my current pull vehicle, my truck, it's got an inverter plug in the front, and that inverter plug maxes out at 400 watts, and there's one plug. So we could plug the batteries in there and get them charging on our way to the field, which is my intention, but we may overload that plug. And the other thing is when the vehicle's turned off, the charger turns off because the inverter in the vehicle will turn off. And that's where the AllPower unit comes in play. So we'll cover some of the basics briefly here on why this is a cool unit for what I want to do. So we've got a battery inside. It's a lithium-ion battery. I believe it's lithium-ion. Anyways, the battery capacity is 24 amp hours. So what does that mean? That means 2400 milliamps that we can pull from those batteries. Has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, lots of different stuff. It's also a UPS, uninterrupted power, lithium iron phosphate batteries. So there's all of the specs on everything, and that is what this unit is. So what did we get with the unit? Well, we got the unit. We got obviously the manual. We got a plug-in power cable here, which this plugs into your wall plug. We also got some solar panels. So this is a fold-out solar panel kit. And in this kit, there's a bunch of cables. So obviously this cable plugs into the AllPower unit, and you can charge the unit. There's this cable which plugs into the solar panel and has this plug on the end, which there's a bunch of adapters there as well too. So I believe this is a 200 watt solar panel setup that comes with the unit. So we'll fold this out later on, but basically it folds out into 4 panels. Each of these panels here, I'm assuming, is 50 watts. So that's really cool. So the unit itself, there's basically, it's quite simple. On the left side here, based on the faceplate, you've got your plug-in for plugging into the power. So whether it's a wall plug or the plug on your inverter in your vehicle, that's what we're going to be using. And there's this plug here, which you can either hook up the solar panels to this plug, or you could use a cigarette lighter in your vehicle and plug it up to the XT60 right there. On the right-hand side, you've got some expansion ports, so you can daisy chain these units, and that's what these plugs are for. And then the actual unit itself, there's a power button. We're going to hold that down. The unit turns on, and then you turn these banks on. So you've got your USB-C, USB-A, turn those on, turn them off, and then you've got 4. These are 20 amp plugs, is what they're designated as. I'm assuming they're all the same. Yeah, Yes, all the same. And the power button for those is right there. And you've got a DC output here as well too. So that is the layout of the unit. Very simple. And if we plug this in right now to the wall, it would start charging. So that's the basic rundown of the unit. Now, how are we going to incorporate this into our RC life? Well, what I'm planning on doing is, number one, when I leave for our normal flying field, I'm going to have that in the back of my truck, and I'm going to have 2 chargers plugged into that unit, and that can be charging my batteries. Now, when I go flying, and all my aircraft basically use these batteries right here. So very simple layout, but this gives you an idea of what we're charging. So all of my models pretty much use this battery layout. So we've got 7.4 volt, 5,000 milliamp batteries. We've got, so those are 2 cell lipos, 3 cell lipos, 4,000 milliamp. So we got those guys. And we also will have a 3 cell, 5,000 milliamp lipo on some of our planes as well too. But that's the batteries that basically we're using for everything we fly. So let's say I'm going to fly my big BDX. Right now I would be using those 2 batteries, or those 3 batteries, 2 different sizes, but we're going to be adding a light system to that. So we're going to be adding 1 more battery. So to fly my big BDX, it's going to be 4 batteries. To fly some of my smaller planes, it might just be 1 battery. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention was the top has wireless outputs as well too. So these are the chargers where you can put your phone on top, and they'll charge them. So first thing I did with this unit was I got it, I plugged it into the wall, and it fully charged. Now, there's a key with this unit, and it's got an app that you can download, and you can hook up to the unit via your phone on the app. So one of the important things is how fast it charges. So it's got different settings on how fast it charges, which is why this thing is perfect for the application I want to use it for. So I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but it's got different charge rates. So we've got fast charging mode, standard mode, and mute mode. The maximum output of the fast mode can reach 1500 watts, standard mode 1000, and mute mode 4000. That's important. So why is that important? Well, if we plug this in to the power plug in our vehicle, the max that power plug can output is 400 watts. So this thing won't exceed that max plug, which is perfect. So the other thing that's important is if we turn this off, or turn our vehicle off, let's say we stop for fuel, everything still continues to charge because it's an uninterrupted power source. So this will go from, well, it's pulling from the batteries in the unit, but it'll charge, it'll not charge, which is awesome. So that's how we're going to be using this thing. Now, the other plan for this is when we get to the field, this is where the long-term test comes in. So when we get to the field, I can plug my trailer into this unit, and we could then run our trailer off this unit. The trailer really doesn't do a whole lot. It's just, usually I'll get to the field, I'll hook up my Honda generator, plug it into the front of the trailer, and then we'll have the light on in the trailer, maybe the music, and we'll do charging inside the trailer. So this can power the entire trailer. But the other thing that's cool is then we can hook up the solar panels to this unit on a beautiful flying day, and the solar panels are keeping this thing charged. So awesome, really excited. Now, this isn't a replacement for fuel. I'm not saying you guys need to be, throw your generators out the door and just forget about them. This is way more versatile for all the scenarios that I've mentioned. So I can have this in my vehicle, charging my batteries on the way to the field. I can pull it out, can have it anywhere at the field. I can plug my trailer into it. So really excited to use this thing this year and give you guys some long-term usage reports. So first thing I did was charge this unit, and then I took my charger, my Gens Ace charger. I took 2 of the 5,000 milliamp Gens Ace batteries, the 2 cell lipos, and I charged them on the unit. So what you're seeing for capacity here is we went from 100%, 99% to 88% to fully charge 2 of those 2 cell lipo batteries. Now that of course was just running off the batteries. That wasn't plugged into the wall or the vehicle or anything like that. So I just wanted to share with you guys how that all works. And these are the two batteries that we fully charged from a storage state, which is roughly 50%, to a fully charged state. And that dropped us to 88%. So we could charge a whole lot of batteries on this unit and not have to worry about charging it. And there's the solar panel setup. Super easy to unfold, takes up so little room, has little hook loops on there as well too, so I guess you could hang these things as well too. And all of those legs just fold out and they're Velcroed in place. So very slick little unit, and really excited to try this thing. All right, and just to show you guys some things running through this unit, we've got a space heater here. Now this is a 15 amp space heater, so it's designed for a standard residential plug. So obviously it's going to pull probably about 1500 watts of power. And we've got it plugged in here. We've got this panel turned on, and I'm going to turn this unit on and see if there's any sort of delay or anything here. So, wow, nothing. The unit fires right up. You can hear the fan on the AllPowers unit starting up. We've got obviously heat coming out, and we've got 1434 watts being sucked out of there. Other cool thing is remaining time. So if this space heater ran like it is, we've got 35 minutes of juice left. So pretty slick setup. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to plug this thing into the wall and see if it changes anything with the unit. So let's back this up and get it set up. I'm going to leave this plugged in the whole time that I'm doing this. All right, so everything's still running. We're going to plug this guy into the side. Like that. And plug it in. So it looks like, so the fan turns off in here, and now the unit looks like it's just passing through because the UPS, the uninterrupted power supply, came on, and now the unit looks like it's just passing through. Super cool. So it's charging, plus it's also supplying the unit power. So let's see if there's any sort of delay on this guy if we unplug it. So not much at all. I heard it go blip just for a fraction of a second, but yeah, no problem there at all. Super cool. So as far as the app goes, it's a pretty simple process here. So press the DC button for 3 seconds to turn the Bluetooth on and off. So hold that down. Bluetooth Wi-Fi turns on, and we can add our device now. So I'm going to just open up the AllPowers app, add a Bluetooth device. The device shows up, and it's connecting. There we go. So you get a bunch of information here as well too. Now this shows us also what this is where we change the setting for how much power it's going to use when charging. So right now I've got it on the silent mode, which is set there so it works in tangent with my my vehicle. And then we can also change the work mode here. So that's the work mode. So we've got mute mode, standard mode, fast mode, eco mode. I'm not sure what that's for. Yeah, I don't know what the eco mode is. Oh, shutdown times. Yeah, so if you turn eco mode on, it shuts down after so much time. So now we can take this and change it to fast mode. And if we go to fast mode, we'll see the input wattage increase, so it charges faster. And there we go. So now it's varying the input based on being plugged into the wall. So we're gonna go back to mute mode and heard the thing beep, and it's now dropping back down to 400 watts, which is awesome because now that jives with our vehicle. All right, well, I was excited to share this unit with you, share with you how we're gonna incorporate this into our flying this year. If you guys are interested in checking out these units and seeing more details on it, I'll put some links in the video description down below, and also the first comment in this video as well too. So I think there's a kickback program, I believe. So if you use my link down below, I probably can earn a small commission, but honestly, I'm not really worried about that. If you guys are interested in these units, definitely check them out following the links down below. Just gives us some options. I think it's gonna be a handy unit to have in the vehicle, a handy unit to have around the home in case your power goes out. Of course, that's the thing we didn't talk about. But this video was basically about incorporating the AllPowers unit, the 1500, into our flying life and our RC hobby. So excited for this thing, and I think it's gonna be a fun addition to our season. So encourage you guys to check it out. If you guys wanna see this unit in person, obviously we'll have it with us when we're at the flying fields this year, when we're at the events that we drive to. So encourage you to stop by the trailer or my booth or bench or wherever I am and check it out if you wanna see this thing in person. But very cool unit, very impressed with it. Size-wise, it's great too, easy to lug around. Thank you AllPowers for sending us this unit to use this year and try out. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you supporting the channel as well too. So thank you guys so much for watching and for checking out the video, and we'll see you in the next video.